Hello and welcome to my world. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. It is the start of a whole new world, and I wanted a place to just build, and here we are. In this savannah, which is different for me, as usually I like to start in plains, but with time I've come to prefer more warmer climates. The first thing we need to do is get resources, so let's start by punching trees. But tell me, what are the first things you like to do in a whole new world? What are the things you think should be done? Let me know. For me, I like to, once I'm set up with basic resources, go out and find shipwrecks and buried treasure. It's a good way to start exploring the world, which is quite enjoyable to do. And get the crops growing and start putting the villagers to work, so we can get to defeating the Ender Dragon. I like to get that out the way as soon as possible. As for a place to set up, we're going to build a first base close by, and I'm thinking right here. We have this lovely lake surrounded by hills, complete with its own village. And I reckon this part here is where I shall build. So let me know the first things you do in a whole new world. And in the meantime, I'll clear out these trees and sort out the Ender Dragon. The stronghold was in the middle of an ocean, but there is a mushroom island nearby, so that's nice. Descending down and fighting the mobs, the portal was not hard to find at all, and we have this geode as the entrance to the room, which is pretty cool. And with the spawning platform with a view, right on the edge of the island, giving us a window to the void. Defeating the Ender Dragon wasn't too much trouble. I feel like the obsidian towers were quite short. Then to find some wings, and I get super lucky with a city right next to the gate. And tell me something, is this the smallest end city with a ship you've ever seen? I don't think you can get smaller than this. It's just one tower. Anyway, we have our wings, and the end is free. So I've cleared out a lot of the trees now here, and started to build a first build, which is sort of like a warehouse. I just want somewhere to put an early game storage for all the junk I end up getting. And also I reckon some small farms can be put in here also. Now I have a really hard time trying to settle on a place to build, and a really hard time starting builds. But eventually I settled on doing something here. And I've been digging out the mountain as well as an excuse to get some stone and dirt. But I also kinda didn't like the bit sticking out, and instead I wanted to have this warehouse backed onto the more snowy peaks behind. So we've been clearing the space out to build into, and I think this will be a good starter base before we make a proper base. Okay, so yeah, that is what we're doing, a warehouse. Or like a warehouse build, just to start out, like a little starter base. Before we do the actual starter base. And I guess with the base, like, talking about a starter base, I guess this whole area is a starter base. And we'll build things around this area. I guess what I mean, within here being a smaller storage. I do eventually want to make a bigger storage with auto sorting and be real proper and good. And that'll probably go underground. But this will be good just for an early storage, just to put stuff that we get. And yeah. And this part here with these videos, what I did before was all sort of pre-recorded, no, post-recorded narration. And this is actually doing live as I'm in the game right now. We're just running around talking. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to do things in this series, in these videos, in this world. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes it might have to be post-narration. Sometimes we can do stuff live. Just to keep updates, so we know what is going on, what's happening. But yes, so we got a new world, and we're just building here the warehouse. And I think with this being in here, make a little storage room. And I think as well, I want some farms to go in here as well, some smaller farms, as well as farms around the outside. So I think in here I might want to have a furnace smeltery. That'll be good. And probably a stone generator as well, even though I'm probably going to be doing a lot of digging in places, so we'll probably have a lot of stone. But it might be good just to have a stone generator in here. As well as a basalt generator I can probably shove in here. A dripstone farm, a lava farm. And maybe some other smaller farms I can probably put in here. We'll see. I think I do want to have some stuff in here, just like a small little starter warehouse base. And where we're at, where is my axe? There it is. Alright, give me that back. So where we're at, it's quite stubby. Let's actually have a little look at this. I didn't anticipate it being like this. Let me just clear out the rest of this stone. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to strip this wood. We'll keep it going. We put some shutters on there that are going to come down. And yeah, it's not very detailed. I've got a few ideas what we're going to do with the details. So it's not just all granite, but at the moment it is all just granite. And we're essentially just getting the shape going here. So yeah, but it was quite stubby. Probably going to go to there. We'll have to do a lot of terraforming. I do like terraforming, so we're going to sort out the hillside. So it's not quite long. I think it looks okay as the shape goes. I'm quite happy with that. And again, it's all granite. We need to do textures and details, which we'll get to. I'm not sure what to do with this yet. We've got the trapdoors, or I should just leave it like just the stripped spruce. I'm not too sure just yet. We're going to stick a window up there. The same thing around this side as well. We've got the stripped spruce bills. We've got like some slit windows at the top. Although this might change though, because I think on this, I want to have sort of an extension, like a little square building extending out. From here, possibly. I want a bit more space. That's what I saw, what I was thinking of doing when building this. This sort of warehouse build, but then have something extending off the side here. So I've started to dig that out in preparation. A bit of space. But yeah, we need to, yes, we need to, everything needs to be terraformed. We need to sort out the details. Stuff that goes with granite, so like jungle wood. I've went and got some terracotta as well that I'll probably use. I have to sort out some other details as well. I think for the floor, I think where all the stuff's going to go to storage, and any small farms we put in here will just be around stone. But I think for little walkways here, I'm going to go with smooth stone around here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to lay this out yet, but we'll come to that. But yeah, I want to do a bit of a section here where I come in and talk live, so we get a bit of a different flavour, I suppose. I'm not sure how I want to do things in this world and these videos, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to do a bit more work on this, but hopefully we can get some stuff in there and do some of the details of the build. Alright then, so let's see what I've done, because the build, I suppose, is done enough. So we've got this warehouse. Let's actually look from up here so we can actually get a wider shot. The warehouse, done some details and textures on here. The build's sort of done. So there's still a warehouse here, which is a good starter build. With the this texture and the chimneys, the big smoke. We've got an extension on the side as well. And it's not a bad start. Let's take a look inside as well. But again, this is just for starting out, like very early game, just a place to dump stuff. So we've got this little storage area here just to start putting stuff in. These like little climb up the ladder here to go onto different platforms to get to the barrels. I'm not sure what I'm going to stick where, but again, it's just early game to just dump the things. But now until we make a proper big one. And over here we just done some, it's got the smokers to cook food, we got blast furnaces for the ores, and then a bigger furnace system here just to do a mass dumper things if we need to just smelt a lot of stuff. And we got a dripstone, and then we got a lava farm. If we can get lava, we can use that for fuel in there. And it just fills into space. This is what's in the extension. So that's where we're at with this. So I think this is fine. I'm happy with this. This is sort of what I wanted. I am thinking I might, because the backwater hasn't been textures, we're probably going to break through here and have a passage going into the mountains. So if I want to then put more stuff, I can then put them in the mountain there. Maybe we can make this, maybe this could be a first like base. We can probably go in there and actually make more of a base into the mountain maybe. But for right now, for what this was supposed to be like, this little warehouse thing, it does a job. It's what I wanted. We need to sort out lighting. I need lights. We've got just torches everywhere. I need to figure out what I want to use for lighting. We've got to get the lighting blocks and all sorts of stuff. But it is still early games. We need to set up with things so we can actually get stuff. But there is the warehouse in the first build. And of course we need to do the outside. So we need to have details outside. We need to terraform the mountain and hillside as well, around the back and around the edges. Well, this would be a good start. And of course, we're going to build out to this whole area being our first base in this world. So we need to build plenty more builds in this space, which we'll get working on next time, because I want to build quite a few farms in this area that'll be useful. And I'll probably get working on that next. But for now, that'll be it. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.